Spoilers ahead.
Hey baby. Welcome to Take Two, another movie podcast. This is now the artist formerly known as Take Two. We are now another movie podcast. Just two guys talking about films.
That was seamless. Hello and welcome to Take Two, another movie podcast. I'm John and he is...
Jayson, baby.
If you're going to put that up throughout the whole episode, I'm walking out now. In this episode, we'll be discussing two films, 2003's The Room from Tommy Wiseau and D.O.A. Dead or Alive from 2006. But before we get into those abominations, what have you been watching recently?
Lots of Christmas films, really.
Okay.
I've been watching ones that I regularly watch. Gremlins.
Okay.
Surviving Christmas, one of my favourites.
It's very good.
Trading Places, I haven't seen that one in years.
Oh, it's so good. It's one of my all-time favourites.
Do you know what? When you watch that as a kid, it's funny and it's great. But when you watch it as an adult, you seem to, you pick up so much more from it.
Yeah.
Because you kind of see it as an adult and you go...
see it from an adult's perspective.
Yeah, and you see like, wow, you really could go from having everything to having nothing. And people have, haven't they? So it's got quite a strong message. I watched 8-Bit Christmas, which I do love.
I'd like to see that. I've not yet seen that.
Yes.
You've recommended me that.
Yes. I watched something a little bit more Christmassy, Hereditary. Yeah, just I saw the new Knives Out.
What did you think of Glass Onion?
I didn't like it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought the characters were weak.
Oh.
And I thought it was a vehicle for Benoit Blanc.
I think that's a given though, isn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, I don't think Knives Out was a vehicle for him.
No.
He was just part of...
He was one of the ensemble.
Yeah, he was one of the... This one is... It's a
Poirot
vehicle.
of the...
It's turned into like Pirates of the Caribbean, isn't it?
Oh, no.
Do you see what I mean?
Oh, no, they'll beat the high seas.
It's like, it doesn't matter who the other characters is. It's Johnny Depp. It's Captain Jack.
For our thoughts on Pirates of the Caribbean, the Curse of the Black Pearl, please
we
refer to, was it 3 episodes ago? 2 episodes ago?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. I finally got a Santo film.
Yes.
I believe
Yes, I did read your review.
Talked to you about Santo in the past.
Yes.
Which was Santo in the Wax Museum from 1963.
This is the wrestler, isn't it?
For those unfamiliar, El Santo was a real-life masked Mexican... Is it luchador?
Luchador, yeah.
Slash actor slash ambassador, I guess.
Okay.
Slash pop culture icon, who appeared in something like 50 movies.
Right.
Around about 50 movies. The thing is, he would always wear his mask.
All the time?
All the time.
Yeah, of course, because he's a luchador. They never show their faces.
He would never reveal his face up until his final TV appearance. I think he was like days away from dying or something like that.
Right.
He went on TV, did this interview, and sort of revealed his face.
Yeah.
But he kept the whole thing up throughout like his whole career, I suppose. I believe I've discussed the Santo films with you before,
yes.
But I'm really, really glad to finally own one on DVD, because there aren't many available, if that makes sense.
And can we hear the most important thing about Santos?
Go for it.
What about it? The most important thing about his body?
Well, he has beautiful nipples.
There we go.
Beautiful brown nipples. You've never seen nipples like that. I believe Powerhouse or a boutique Blu-ray label is putting out his things. I think it's Powerhouse. So Santo in the Wax Museum. I've seen many films over this Christmas thing, but Santo in the Wax Museum is my favourite.
And this is sort of Santos in a horror.
It's House of Wax.
Right. Oh, so it's him in House of Wax. Right.
Yeah. There's a mad scientist turning people into monsters, I
Right.
suppose, and sort of displaying him in his wax
Right.
museum house cave place. Santo gets called in to investigate, but there are frequent random wrestling scenes in it where he's in a ring actually fighting.
Yeah, but he's a wrestler. That's what he does. It's like putting Rey Mysterio in a movie. Do you know what I mean?
I really enjoyed it. It's like a TV movie in spots.
Right.
I'm desperate to see more Santo.
Did you pay money for this? Good money.
Might have.
How much do you think you paid?
Well, I couldn't. A gentleman doesn't discuss price, does he?
Okay, but was it worth the price?
Fabio once. Yeah, for my enjoyment.
Oh, fantastic!
I'll watch it several times.
Well, that's the important thing, isn't it?
Looking to see if I can get the Santo versus Dracula one.
Right.
He did all sorts of different things.
Okay.
Yeah. As this is the end of the year, we're
Yes.
reviewing 2 absolute disaster pieces. What are some of the highlights from 2022?
Okay, well, I'm going to give you my top 5 favourite films that I've seen over 2022. At number 5,
Okay.
it's Baz Luhrmann's Elvis.
Okay, what do you like about Elvis?
I thought, well, I do like Elvis to begin with. I like his music.
Yeah.
I thought that what's his name?
Austin Butler.
Austin. So yeah, sorry. Austin Butler. Yeah.
Aaron Butler.
Aaron Butler. No, Austin Butler was amazing. He was brilliant,
Cool.
and he sang in a lot of the scenes.
Uh-huh.
So I thought also Hanks was fantastic as
Despite the voice.
Despite the voice.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the original Colonel Tom Parker sounded like.
I suspect he's tried to mimic it.
Right. Well, he's a good actor, so I imagine he tried to get as close to it as he could.
Great actor.
But he was great in it. Number 4, The Northman.
Yes.
Or as I had been calling it for a long time, The Norseman.
The Norseman is Hamlet, yeah. Just in general, what do you think?
Well, I've only seen it once,
Okay.
so I haven't really got round to seeing it again and again and again and probably really falling in love with it.
Wow, I love it. I think I've seen it like 5 times.
Yeah, well, I haven't had that opportunity yet, so...
I'll lend you the disc.
From the first
You just have
watch,
to
you
put
know
the
I
call.
liked it. You know I liked it. I gave it 5 stars.
Indeed.
3, The Batman.
Yes, Batman's very good.
I thought it was really good. It's not been everybody's taste, has it? It's been a
not?
Marmite thing, hasn't it? You love it or hate it.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
People have literally just either
What
been
was
like, I really think it's fantastic.
What do they dislike about it? What is the general vibe against it?
Well, I've listened. I've listened to other people that have spoken about it, and they've said they don't like the car. The car's not
Well, the car
not
doesn't make
Batman-y
it-
enough.
Oh, for crying out loud.
The outfit is not particularly good.
What do you mean not good?
I mean, I think his outfit is actually really good. I mean,
That's
there's bits on his cowl that I don't like. I don't like the square nose bit.
Crying out.
No,
This is the problem.
for crying out loud.
Crying out loud.
Yeah.
Grow up, you people.
I do like his suit though. I like his armoured suit bit and
That's
the
great.
bat sign that he can take off as a weapon and that. Yeah. Anyway, I thought it was, and also I think Colin Farrell is amazing as the Penguin,
as Robert De Niro.
as Robert De Niro. Yeah,
great
as
as Robert De
the Robert De Niro Penguin.
Yes.
Yes, I think he is amazing. My number 2 is Hellraiser.
Oh, I've yet to see that.
Yes.
I keep meaning to see that.
The new
I'm
Hellraiser.
a massive fan of Hellraiser.
I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was a fantastic retelling of it, and the special effects are amazing.
Great.
And the fact they completely change what the what they called the Cenobites, what the Cenobites look like, where they're no longer black, they're white.
Right.
So their flesh is white, and it's got things carved into their flesh, and
Okay.
the special effects are amazing. And I thought,
Sin.
yeah, and what I liked is that you got a lot more screen time with the other Cenobites, not just with
Oh,
Pinhead.
good. Okay.
So it's not just a Pinhead sort of
Lead
centric,
Cenobite.
film. And my number 1, this probably is not going to surprise you.
Is it Doctor Strange?
It is Doctor Strange. It's
out
Mom.
loud.
It's a multiverse of madness.
Okay. So what did you like about Multiverse of Madness?
Well, it's Sam Raimi, isn't it? It's Sam Raimi, and it's Evil Dead all the way through it.
Right.
That's what I love about it.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
I
Come
wasn't
on.
a fan, and I don't.
Zombies in it.
Sure.
It's so many nods to Evil Dead in it. It's amazing.
There are.
Yeah.
And Bruce
I
Campbell's
love
in it
it.
as well, which is quite
Bruce
good.
Campbell's in it. I love it.
Bruce Campbell.
Sorry, I'm not going to apologise for this.
No, those are your favourites, man.
Yes. So tell me yours.
Never apologise for having a favourite. I've seen 25 films from 2022.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which isn't a great number, because I usually see like treble that. But to be fair,
There's not been that many great things out of the cinema, has there?
nothing really has drawn me
No.
that much.
No.
My highlights, I'm not going to list like 5, 4, 3, 2. My highlights include obviously The Northman, which you've rattled. The Batman. The Dario Argento had 2 movies out this year, which is kind of crazy.
Yes, he had the dark glasses, is it?
Dark Glasses,
Yeah.
and he made his acting debut, I think at 82 years old, in Gaspar Noé's Vortex,
Yeah.
which is excellent.
Right.
Moon Age Daydream, if you haven't seen it, is a fantastic documentary.
Yeah, I want to see that. I like David Bowman.
If you like David Bowman's. I literally, moments before coming here to record this episode, I saw the Banshees of Inisherin, which is Martin McDonagh
Right.
latest film. He did 3 Billboards.
Yes.
Among
yeah, we
other-
went to see that together,
among
didn't we?
movies we did.
Yes.
It's very good.
It was very good.
Very perfectly written, beautifully acted by Colin Farrell, specifically Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson.
Colin Farrell, he's really killing it, isn't he?
I think it's the best film I've seen this year.
Yeah.
But
He's
Colin
killing
Farrell,
it.
yeah, well, Colin Farrell's
He's just
great.
killing it.
Jordan Peele's Nope is dope, and I really enjoyed The Nanny, which I saw also.
The Nanny.
I think the night before last, maybe. It's a movie. It's a Blumhouse horror.
Okay.
But it's more of an A24 kind of horror.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm in.
From Nikyatu Jusu. It's about this young lady from Senegal that travels to like New York to raise funds to be able to send as a nanny,
Right.
to then send home to her sort of son and her family, I guess. And some bits come out about her.
Oh, okay. Dark things, is it?
The Room is a real Hollywood 2003 melodrama produced, written in the style of Tennessee Williams, directed and starring enigmatic misfit Tommy Wiseau in the lead role. A love triangle blossoms between clueless banker Johnny, his manipulative fiancée Lisa, portrayed by Juliette Danielle, and his best friend Mark, played by Greg Sestero. The love triangle kind of plays out amid a series of tangents or vignettes.
Yeah, I would say vignettes.
Many of which barely have anything whatsoever to do with the actual narrative, with Lisa's wicked ways eventually causing Johnny to commit suicide. Why is it called The Room when the events play out across many rooms? Spoons, deceit, scotchkas, a red dress, you are my rose, you are my rose, a hospital on Guerrero Street, tuxedo, football and cancer? Apparently produced for around $6 million, possibly from Wiseau's own pocket, absolutely derided and disregarded upon its release, eventually becoming a cult classic, spawning endless parodies. I think also a video game. I think there's a video game on this as well. A juicy making of book named The Disaster Artist from Sestero himself, which would later be turned into a 2017 comedy film of its own from James Franco. Oh, hi Jayson, what do you think of The Room?
Oh, well, I had not seen this film until about... How many years ago was it you showed me it?
About 10.
About 10 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I made you watch it.
I didn't even know anything. I didn't even know the existence of Tommy Wiseau or The Room, and I love it.
How's your life been
I paid a
enriched?
lot of money to get my Blu-ray.
How much do you pay for your Blu-ray?
Probably about £26, which is
For the
probably...
disc?
For the disc, yeah.
What was it for the shipping to get it?
No, that was probably about altogether about £26, £27, which is about 30. What is it, about like $32?
It's like $30 for it.
For a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
this-
ridiculous
for this film.
For this film, yes,
travesty,
yes.
sure.
We need to talk about Lisa, right? The Lisa of it all. She's the world's worst fiancée. She's horrible.
Yeah.
She's awful.
Yes.
She doesn't listen to what anybody says,
Yes.
and she never wants to talk about it. And she says, "Don't worry about everything."
She didn't even want to talk to her mum.
No, she says, "Don't worry about it," and I don't want to talk about it to everybody. She's awful. What can I say? What I wanted to know was, and I never noticed this before, why did Danny want to know how much the dress that Johnny bought her at the beginning of the film cost?
I don't know.
Was he planning to buy Lisa a dress himself, or would he like one of his
For
own?
his own.
For himself?
Honestly, in this movie, it wouldn't surprise me.
The pillow... There's nothing like a little pillow fight before sex, is there? You know, a little bit of hijinks.
All of a sudden, your Bezzy from next door comes over.
Yes, and then a random man playing a child.
Random adult man
Yes,
playing a child.
wants to play with you and join you.
I love
Yes.
you guys.
I've actually timed the sex scenes in this.
Okay.
So we get the first one is 2.5 minutes.
It's all very uncomfortable to watch as well.
It is horrible, yes.
Quite grotesque.
And
you see his naked rear end a lot in this as
and
well.
I think
which is
when Lisa convinces
quite ghastly.
Johnny's friend Mark to make love to her on the stairs, which doesn't sound very, very comfortable at all. You are my rose, as you said.
You are my rose.
There's another 2 minutes plus sex scene.
Right.
I think there's another one between...
Quite prolonged, aren't they?
They're very
And
prolonged.
quite uncomfortable. And
Yeah, they
quite
feel really long as well.
quite ugly. Got quite horribly shot.
Yeah.
Um,
At least Mark is in the right place, though. Do you know what I mean?
I think I know what you mean. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. At least he's in the right position.
Sure.
It looks a bit more convincing. I would say about Lisa. One of the characters I love the most is Lisa's mother, Claudette.
The one with cancer.
Yes.
Right. Does she have cancer?
I don't
Who
know
knows?
because she says don't worry about it, doesn't she?
Who knows?
Lisa's mother knows a good man when she sees him, which is Johnny, obviously.
Yes.
She explains to Lisa, Johnny's a wonderful person. He loves, supports, provides for you.
Yes.
He bought her a car,
Yeah.
clothes, a ring, and plans to buy her a house. Seriously, this guy's a diamond.
He's a diamond.
He was, she's his princess.
Anything for my princess. I mean, it's absolute nonsense from start to finish. There's an interesting concept in there, or two in there.
Right.
But it's completely lost in Tommy Wiseau's absolute misunderstanding and lack of talent. But as you say, it's full of
what doesn't make sense to me is
moments.
Lisa is so horrible that she gets on the phone to Mark.
Yeah.
And she literally says that her mother is a controlling bitch.
Right.
So it means that Lisa really doesn't like anybody, does she?
Also, well, yeah, maybe, yeah. She's just playing everybody.
She's like playing everybody, even her mother.
Do you think this is like somewhat autobiographical from Tommy Wiseau's perspective? Do you think he was once engaged to a Lisa type of character?
What, and her mother got cancer and she just went, oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
It definitely is cancer.
She don't even care about her mother.
What do you think about Mark?
What is there to say about Mark? He's a strange character, isn't he?
He's a conflicted man.
What I cannot believe about this film is everybody seems to not be listening to each other.
Yes.
Like, they're all going...
You know who wrote this?
Tommy Wiseau.
Right. Do you really think he had any idea what he was doing when he was writing this?
No,
Nobody's listening to each other because he doesn't know how to write it.
He's saying, like, well, what's the matter, Mark? And Mark's like, well, I've got this girl and so and so and so. He's like, well, what's going on, Mark? And you're like, well, he's telling you.
He's telling you, mate.
It just doesn't...
Well, no, none of this makes any sense.
Lisa tells her mum that she doesn't love Johnny.
Yeah.
She's like, so what's the matter?
Yeah.
She just told you she doesn't love Johnny.
We're in the clear here.
I do like the bit where Johnny's florist, he's the favourite customer.
Yeah.
Yet
Didn't recognise him.
She cannot recognise him when he comes into.
But nobody on God's green earth looks or sounds like Tommy Wiseau.
I know.
How do you not recognise
sunglasses? It could only be the sunglasses.
It's like Clark Kent with the glasses, isn't it? It suddenly becomes
it's a Superman effect, isn't it?
In it.
Yeah.
I hardly recognised you. What?
I'm tired. I'm wasted. I love you, darling.
There are some fairly competent aspects to it. I think the score is okay.
Yeah,
I think the photography is okay.
Okay, just okay.
The use of VFX, the rooftop scenes are all shot on green, aren't they?
They're not too bad.
They're okay.
They're okay, yeah.
The sets...
ADR is horrible.
The ADR is ghastly.
Yeah.
The sets are okay.
Well...
It's just whenever somebody opens their mouth, it's suddenly not okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Consequently, the performances are all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a scene at Johnny's party where Denny says something to... I'm almost sure I read what he said was something like, can I have a glass of champagne? Or something. But you couldn't hear him say it.
Oh, really?
And all you could hear was Tommy Wiseau going... Denny mouths something else and then he goes, no, later.
I didn't recognize that. Okay.
It's a weird sort of...
I mean, if that's the weirdest thing that you could pick up from it. But, oh, God, the hospital on Guerrero Street. So many
funny
odd...
story.
What a funny story.
He likes to laugh at the fact that women get beaten up.
It's a really traumatic, ghastly story in which a woman gets
awful,
basically maimed.
Yeah, what a funny story.
What a story, Mark.
Yeah, what a story, Mark.
What did you think of The Disaster Artist?
I loved it. I thought it was really good because it was kind of a sort of spoof. In a way,
sure.
It was very spoofy. Like,
have you read the book or
no? Unfortunately,
heard the
I haven't.
Okay, it's
no. I want to hear the audiobook read by Greg Sestero.
Yeah,
I want to hear that at some point. But
it's really enlightening. It does really open up that story even more.
But I think James Franco really like the bit like I did not, and he like really emphasises it, which he doesn't do that in the movie. There's scenes where he really emphasises it, so it's spoofy.
Yeah. I mean, he embodies Tommy Wiseau in that film.
I do want to mention, though, the rooftop scene with Denny and the drug dealer, Chris R. Right. Basically, Johnny and Mark come to his rescue and they take Chris R down to the bottom of the apartment.
Yeah.
I presume they put him in a taxi to the police station.
Possibly.
Because there's no way that the police would have come that quick when they returned. I mean, they returned in about probably 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So there's no way the police got there. They must have just like called a taxi or an Uber or something.
Right.
And just stuck him in the car and like take him to the police station.
Yeah. I had a similar conversation the other day because we watched It's a Wonderful Life. And I kept thinking I think it's Bert the policeman, isn't it? How does Bert find George on the bridge, sort of get him to relative safety back into Bedford Falls, also take the call that his brother Harry is back in town, go to the airport to pick him up, and then get back to the George family house in basically 15 minutes?
Yeah.
How?
Well, you've got to remember, in those days, though, there wasn't the traffic.
Oh, when the traffic was
Yeah.
there. Indeed.
See, 15 minutes now,
even so,
you get
there
like
was
5 miles in 15 minutes, you know what I mean?
Right. Even so, there was a blizzard, but we'll just completely...
But yeah, no, we'll ignore that.
Okay.
We'll ignore that. I'll talk about how Denny seems to be in love with Lisa.
He's in love with everyone.
Yeah, he seems to be in love with... But Johnny tells him that Lisa loves him as a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
weird.
nice to be loved as a human being.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird, actually.
It is. Can we
Again,
talk about Mike and his terrible balance?
Please.
As the guys are throwing a football around in the alley.
Sort of falls.
Yes, Mark questions him about the underwear situation. Mark simply puts his hand on Mike's shoulder and he crumples to the ground. As if, like, he's just a glass man,
There's
a
like
paper man.
2 people playing him as well.
Yes.
Which is...
Well, everybody shows up in that alley to play the football, don't they? To play the football. Yeah, to play the football. Well, that's how Tommy Wiseau would say it, wouldn't it? To play the football.
Yeah.
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 And who is Peter? Who really is Peter that just appears? The psychologist.
You're asking questions not even Tommy Wiseau could answer.
Yeah, where did he come from?
Because, yeah.
He's the only person that knows actually everything that's going on in this film.
Yes.
Yet he comes in like halfway through the film.
Yes.
But yet he can see everything.
Yes. I mean, you're asking me. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. So, what are your thoughts on Room?
I think that everybody betray me, and I'm fed up with this world.
I'm fed up with this.
I'm fed up with this world. I don't know. It's.
Can you do a Tommy Wiseau impression?
Of course I can.
Am I putting you on the spot?
You're tearing me apart, Lisa. That's really bad, isn't it?
That's flawless.
No.
So, what would you give this?
I would give this 1 star, wouldn't it? It's a 1-star film. I mean, I enjoy it.
It's really kind to give it a 1
I enjoy
star,
it, but it's a one. You know, it's a 1-star film.
It's terrible, terrible, terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was depressed.
But I mean, it's in terms of enjoyment and in terms of long-lasting appeal, it's maximum.
Yeah, it's gonna. Let's face it, this film's gonna find a 4K release at some point, isn't it?
He's got like Big Shark coming out.
He has. When is that coming out?
Oh, I don't
It's
know.
like supposed to be coming out for like the last 3 years.
Oh, look, water. D.O.A. Dead or Alive is a 2006 action film from Corey Ewan, based on the popular fighting video game franchise of the same name. 4 female fighters are invited to participate in a martial arts tournament named Dead or Alive. The aforementioned 4 female fighters initially begin the tournament as rivals, but eventually ally, uncovering the organisers' intricate secret. Produced on a budget of $30 million.
That's quite low, isn't it?
That's quite high.
Is it?
For this.
Okay.
Taking shy of $8 million. I suspect they were hoping this would be the first of a series.
There was no sequels. I wonder why.
Which, up until the recording of this, has never happened. Much like The Room, I suspect there is some sort of money laundering involved.
Right.
Somewhere along the line. Who knows? Who knows? Not I. Boasting a cast featuring the likes of Jamie Presley, Holly Valance, Matthew Marsden, Devon Aoki, Kevin Blumen-Nash, and Eric Roberts. It's a sort of incomprehensible mix of Fast and the Furious, Charlie's Angels, and Enter the Dragon.
Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, it's on a similar level to the Mortal Kombat
Because we do need to mention the cameo.
We do
from
need
Robin
to,
Shou.
From Robin Shou, who was Luke.
Yeah, as the ill-fated pirate leader.
They're on a... So, D.O.A. is on a sort of similar level to Mortal Kombat, which is the most backhanded compliment I think I've ever given.
Okay.
It's really silly.
Right.
It knows its target audience. The dialogue is absolutely awful.
Awful. Yeah, it is.
Though it genuinely kind of... It appears to be generally kind of self-aware. And I suspect this is what the filmmakers were actually going for. Presumably made for fans of the series. I've personally never actually played the games myself. And I wound up YouTubing game footage in preparation for the episode to see if there was anything to actually link the movie to the game.
I have played the game.
And I'm pleased to say
It's
is.
not very good.
Have you not? I mean, have you?
It's not very good.
Is it not? Okay.
No, not compared to like other ones like Soul Calibur or Virtua Fighter or something like that.
The game series is very focused on cartoonish lady body parts.
Oh, definitely. It should be TNA.
Right. This is a very PC podcast, so I'll let you figure that one out yourself. It's grossly gratuitous. There are some leering volleyball in both the games.
Well, they
and the
managed to
film.
actually incorporate 2 games, didn't they? It was the
Yeah,
D.O.A.
because
video
there's a
game and
sort
the
of spin-off
and
of
the
volleyball.
D.O.A. beach volleyball one. Yeah.
You've played both games, I see.
No, I haven't played the
Okay.
volleyball one.
I was wondering, why are you doing volleyball? But then I kept thinking, like, well, this is clearly aimed for a certain type of adolescent viewer.
Yes.
So I completely understand why they've done this, but at the same time, I was like really pleasantly surprised when I realised there's actually a game on that, and they're doing that. What do you make of this?
Well, it's bad acting, bad script, bad special effects, bad movie, but some rather
I
good.
don't know, actually.
Some rather good wire work.
Oh, yeah.
Crouching tiger stuff at the beginning.
Yeah,
and during the movie.
The fighting is the fighting in the sort of overall spectacle. I think is actually really impressive.
Not too bad, actually. Yeah.
There's a lot of fighting in this
Yeah.
film. It keeps it, kind of interesting and engaging.
We don't actually find out why or how the tournament really came about.
No.
The invitations on the swirly weapon thing is really dangerous because like what happens if they don't catch it or it doesn't land somewhere safely and they get stabbed in the neck? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the fighting's actually quite tame.
Yeah.
In this,
Kevin Nash didn't make it to the tournament because he got stabbed in the eye.
Didn't Kevin Nash die recently or something?
No.
Who am I thinking of then? Was it his son or someone?
I don't know. I hope Kevin Nash didn't die.
Oh.
I hope so.
I hope you're still listening to us, Kevin. Lots of really good choreography and wire work. I just feel as though this fighting's really like overly stylized and really tame. There's no real gore in there.
And at the beginning of the film, they basically say to you, there are 3 main characters. There's Azumi.
Yeah.
Is it Azumi? Yeah. No, Kazumi. Sorry, Kazumi.
Yeah.
There's Tina. And there's Christy.
Yeah.
And we're not interested in anybody else because everybody else goes to the tournament, but we don't see their little scenes, do we?
No, but they do kind of ally.
Well, they do ally, yeah. But I mean,
what's your favourite fight in the movie?
I actually quite like the one in the rain with Christy and
really,
Helena.
Like super stylish. I kind of think I understand why you liked it.
Oh, you know why I like it, don't you?
Yeah, it's very gratuitous
with
this flesh in this film.
I've got lots of time to talk about Holly Valance.
Okay, speak about Holly Valance.
Well, I love Holly Valance. I didn't know I loved Holly Valance until I saw this film.
Holly Valance was in Neighbours?
She was.
Home and Away?
Yes, and then she made some songs, didn't she?
She was a pop star.
She was a pop star, and I didn't really know I was in love with her.
What has she been in outside of Neighbours?
I don't know. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. I just realised that I was in love with her when
Holly
I saw
Valance.
when I saw this film, and I was like, I didn't realise I was in love with you, but I am. And I just love the bit at the beginning where the bra slides over her, over the top, and she's sitting in the chair, kind of Catherine Tremell style, with the police around her.
Sure.
Basic Instinct, sort of.
Yeah, doesn't
it's
quite
sort
go
of,
in that direction.
No, but I mean, it's that kind of thing. She's sitting in a chair, half covered.
Sure.
And you've got the police around her, and she's, using her sexual wilds. And
Eric Roberts is hairy, isn't he?
Oh, we need to talk about Eric Roberts.
My favourite fight is the sort of 2-on-1 fight where he's jumping on ladders and he's got the chains.
Oh, yes, yeah, right, yeah, but with near the Buddha.
The worst stunt double I've ever seen in my life for Eric Roberts. And it's just this mullet is just flopping around.
We need to talk about Eric Roberts.
Go on.
And his luscious locks.
Stupid glasses.
And that gnarly rat tail.
Sure. And the stupid glasses. It's like Google Glass, isn't it? It's got that like little camera in it.
Well, listen. Donovan comes in and says how impressed he is with Tina's musculature.
Sure.
When he's actually trying to say he's impressed with those perfect breasts.
Sure.
And glistening thighs.
Sure. This is a 12 rated movie.
It is. And Donovan records the competitor's moves with nanotechnology and downloads it into his shades, making him Super Fighting Man #1.
Oh, God.
Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan Eric Roberts. Don't you love that?
Oh, I love it. I have no idea what's going on.
No, neither do I. I don't know this Donovan character.
I don't know. I don't know the characters in the game.
And what happened to Genfu? Do you remember the bit Genfu won a match? What happened to him? We don't find out. I don't care.
I don't care.
No,
There's no character depth. I couldn't care less about any of these characters.
No, I don't really. Well, I do. I care about Christy.
I
care about Christy.
You like Holly Valance.
Yes, I care about her. Yes, and I hate that Max. The guy Max, I think, him and Weatherby, I think, are the most pointless characters, especially Weatherby, because he's a pathetic simp for Helena, and he's a tech geek, and he's just rubbish.
Yeah. Have you seen the Double Dragon film?
Yes, I have.
What did you think of it? Because this is on a similar level to
No,
that.
it's not. No,
yes,
it's not.
it is.
No, it's awful.
Yes,
the Double
it
Dragon
is.
film is terrible.
Yeah, so is this.
Yeah, I know, but I fell asleep during the Double Dragon film. It was horrible.
I watched it on Prime and I enjoyed it.
It was horrible.
Can you recommend any other video game adaptations?
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, but it's just as bad as Mortal Kombat. It's just as bad as Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and Super Mario. Can you recommend any good ones?
What a good...
Yeah, any
No.
good video game adaptations?
No.
No, there are none, are there?
No. No, I really don't think there are.
No. I think there's a Last of Us series coming out, and that looks redemptive.
I don't
Tomb
know.
Raider was terrible.
Yeah,
There's like 3 Tomb Raider films, I think.
there is. There was 2 with Angelina Jolie and then
One
the
with-
one with...
Vikander.
Yeah.
Just to go off on a tangent, I just couldn't think of any one good video game movie.
Perhaps Alone in the Dark with Christian Slater. You did show me that one.
I
years ago.
have. We're going to have to do an Uwe Boll
Oh,
show at some point.
did he do the House of the Dead
He
one?
did The House of the Dead, he did Far Cry, he did Alone in the Dark, he did Postal.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else he
He
did.
did a lot of video game ones. But we're
He
going to be
did
really
so
kind
much
when
like
we
that.
do that podcast, because
'Cause
otherwise
they'll
he'll
fight us.
punch us.
Yeah. He's
He'll
a
punch
restaurateur
us.
now. He's like a millionaire restaurateur now.
Yeah.
Junkie XL did the score.
Did he really?
He did. This was his third, I believe, his third feature.
No, wait, we're not talking about the Mad Max Fury Road Junkie X.
Same fella.
Are we really?
His techno beats complement the chaos, but I hated the score.
Yeah, I wasn't
the
keen on
score.
the score.
But
No.
yeah, there we are.
No. I did like the fight between Tina and her father.
Yeah,
Big Daddy Cool Diesel.
indeed.
Sorry, I mean Bass. I don't know why Diesel didn't give her the old jackknife powerbomb. Because, did you know, that would have taken care of, because it earned Diesel his first reign as WWE champion when he destroyed Bob Backlund in seconds with the jackknife powerbomb at Madison Square Garden.
Bob Backlund, he was a
Yes.
funny, weird
He
wrestler,
was,
wasn't
he
had a bit
was.
of a weird, creepy side about
He
him.
did. He was like an old school wrestler.
Yeah,
That was
he
his
was like-
gimmick.
yeah,
that he
but
was
there
sort
was-
of like one of those sort of high school wrestlers sort of thing.
Like wrestlers from like the 50s or something.
Yeah. Like a high school type wrestler that
And he had
was
like a
like
really,
the-
he was like boring red trunks and a boring
yeah,
haircut. That
but he was
thing.
kind
He
of
didn't really have
crazy.
anything about
He was kind of crazy.
There was
as
something
well.
really sinister about him as
Yeah.
well. Like
He's still alive, you know.
is he?
Yeah.
Oh, God bless
Still
you.
alive, yeah. But yes, but Kevin Nash actually defeated him in about 7 seconds
Oh,
at
God.
Madison Square Garden. He literally got in the ring, powerbombed him,
Oh,
and pinned him for 3,
that's it.
which was amazing.
That's it.
So I don't know why he couldn't beat
Right.
Jamie Presley.
It's a bit like when Indiana Jones shoots the guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
When he's doing all the sword stuff,
Yeah.
he just shoots him.
Yeah.
It's just
I do like at the end that we get a montage of the event, a
get a recap.
montage of the events that happened during the film.
it's the only movie I can remember seeing where there's a recap at the
There's a
end.
recap, yeah.
And
There's
then
a
there's a
recap.
scene after it where they fight like a million.
We don't even know why that
ninjas,
is,
what,
do
those,
we?
Those lads with the swords.
Yeah, we don't even know what that's
And
for.
Tina's really sort of nonchalant about it. It's like,
Yeah. We don't
take
even know
these lads
why
out,
though,
right?
do we?
No.
Uh,
No. I think they're trying to set up I think the whole thing was
What,
trying
for a
to set
sequel?
up. Well, to set up a whole series of these movies, but obviously it hasn't happened yet.
But I think the recap at the end was in case anybody had suddenly forgotten what they'd already just seen.
Right.
Which the truth is, they probably had.
Well, of course they had.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it, you're not going to retain this film, are you? I mean, I've written notes because I couldn't watch this film and then, talk to you back again about it.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember it, a couple hours later. Except I would just say Holly Valance.
Holly Valance. That's the thing to take away
I
from
would
it.
give her a total kiss.
There are some
if you get that
stylish-
reference.
Oh, I got it. There are some really stylish bits in it. I don't mind the craft of it. It just feels like Charlie's Angels to me.
I think they're trying to... The thing is, I think that... what was her name? Corey
Ewan.
Yeah, Corey Ewan. I think he actually was trying to make a good film. I don't think he was... I don't think he was intending to make a bad film, do you?
I don't think anybody sets out to make it. I mean, Tommy Wiseau didn't really set out to make a terrible film, did he?
No, but I mean, I think
anybody
he
does.
wanted it to be better than it was.
Do you know there was a record that Paul McCartney put out that's intentionally terrible,
Is it really?
so he could get out. So it was I think he was tied up to some record
Oh,
contract.
so he was just producing... Prince did that.
Okay.
Prince did that when he was tied to... I don't remember which label it was.
Sure.
But he was the artist formerly known as Prince. As Prince.
symbol.
Like we're now the podcast formerly
there
known
we
as
are,
Take
comes
Two.
around, don't it? You
There we go.
slide
There we
on.
go. He actually changed his name because he didn't want his name Prince with the label.
associated with that label?
Yeah, I think it was
okay.
Sony. So he just churned out record after
But
record
he
after
did that
record
anyway,
to get out of
didn't
it.
he? Oh, okay.
No, he released like something like 3 records in 1 year.
He was like mega prolific anyway, though, wasn't he?
He was he definitely was prolific, but he churned out a lot more just so he could. And as soon as he got to another label, he changed his name back to Prince.
Right.
So it wasn't that he'd just gone mad and he was like, "Oh no, well, now I want to be Squiggle."
Paul McCartney did something similar. He was tied to, I think, by all means you can Wikipedia, viewers,
Right.
you can Wikipedia this if you wish. But it was like, I think he was tied to some label or tied to some contract or something like that.
Right.
And he produced this one album that had the song Temporary Secretary.
Oh yes, I've heard of that.
Have you heard?
Yes.
Temporary?
Yes, it's really bad, isn't
I
it?
think it's intentionally bad. So I wouldn't, in the annals of history,
Right.
people have done things to like intentionally make
So you just
terrible
like release a
things.
song going, "I used to be a Beatle. I used to be a Beatle. I used to hang out with Ringo and
He probably
John
still does hang out with Ringo.
and George."
Probably less so George now.
Yeah,
Just
and
stand at
John.
his grave.
And John.
And John. Oh,
Yeah.
John. I love John.
Yeah.
Verdict.
I have a lot of fun watching it. It's a terrible movie though.
It's a terrible, terrible,
It
terrible
is.
movie.
I was depressed.
Can you recommend anything on this? So I think we've spoken about Mortal Kombat.
No, just any
can't
fighting
recommend-
game that they've made a movie of.
Yeah.
Have they made a Tekken live
Yes,
action
they have made
movie?
a Take That as an
Right,
one.
then check that out.
Okay.
I haven't, but it's
Street
probably
Fighter the animated movie is pretty good, though, isn't it?
yes. That's not too bad.
Yeah, is that the
Yeah.
one? The
Well, I
one?
would
The one?
recommend Mortal Kombat. I like the Mortal Kombat, the old 1996.
What do you like
Mortal
about Mortal Kombat?
Kombat. I just like the Mortal Kombat.
You like that one annoying song?
No. I like the Goro.
Stop. No, he's a man in a
It's
suit.
like
isn't he?
it's like a practical
yeah.
effect. I like that.
Yeah, that's actually impressive. Was that Jim Henson?
I like the guy that plays Johnny Cage. I think he's very funny.
Sure.
I just think it's a fun movie.
What have we learned?
We've learned that video game films tend to be really garbage.
I've learned that wealth and vanity are a dangerous combo. And while combos are encouraged in martial arts tournaments, money laundering is also ubiquitous within the film industry. Join us again! We've just reviewed 2 absolute stinkers, so now we'll delve into 2 classics.
Okay.
Casablanca from 1942
Ooh.
and Orson Welles' landmark Citizen Kane from
best film
1940.
ever. Best film ever
Possibly.
made.
Thank you once again for listening. We greatly appreciate your time. I've been John. He's been
Jason.
I'm Ratbust on Letterboxd. How can the listeners find you?
They can find me on Letterboxd as Kerja_Relon. That's KERJA_RELON.
There we are. Okay.
Okay. See you later.